Field in the Soto district of today, a good in the NFC West. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks.
Welcome to your 2084 Seattle Seahawks.
Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olsen and Jason Myers has us set to get started. Off we go from Lumen Field. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. They're going to be led out by their veteran signal caller out of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Whenever he comes in the game, you know exactly what you're going to get. He may not be one of the ultra-talented superstars or anything like that at the quarterback position, but he's a reliable presence in the huddle. He brings a lot of stability to this role, and he is capable of doing his job well and more than giving your team a fighting chance.
Here's a designed run. And he's going to be stopped up at the line to begin this ball game.
You could see the quarterback once he got the snap. He was looking for any seam, any daylight. Nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Off the bootleg, here's Brissett. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really smart play, especially considering how early it is in the game. If something's not there, don't force it. Just throw it away and play the next snap.
In danger of an opening 3 and out, they face 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun is Brissett. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Michael Wilson that time. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection. I think there's an easier make out there.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL, and Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive, early and often. Not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
They take a downfield, looking for Kupp. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Cooper Kupp was the intended. It's 2nd down. Shaheed in motion. Darnold to throw on 2nd down. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Brings up 3rd and
1. 3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice 1st down, but this is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Williams. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
You know, it's just not often, Mike, you see a quarterback, especially of this caliber, make these types of mistakes. I mean, it seemed to me before the ball was snapped, he told himself where that ball was going. It was a bit predetermined. He's got to do a better job. Just trust himself. I mean, he's been doing this at a high level for a long time. Don't force it. Take what's there. The big plays will come.
To throw, it's Brissett on 1st and 10. He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run. It's Amari Mercado. He'll look forward for a couple. Kevin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
The run, it's Mercado. He'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
15 yards. That's another Cardinals 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it. So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. We're set. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
So, on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Ryland's kick is good. And the Cardinals are out to an early 3-0 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
The Seahawks offense about ready to get going. On their second possession, they had the interception on that opening drive. It only led to a field goal, so 3-0 as the offense comes back out first and 10. In motion is Barner. They'll run it for the first time. Here comes Zach Charbonnet. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Buda Baker on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Here's a second and 9 now from the 29. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So, first and 10 here now at the 38. To throw is Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down.
Third and
8. Darnold to the air once more. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's first and 10. Here's a run with their tight end. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, here's second down and 2. Here's a toss, right side. And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
It's a gain of a yard.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Now DeMarcado. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controls the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth down.
A loss loss of a yard.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. And it's been a rocky start. An interception on the first drive and then a punt the last time they had it. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Looking for his tight end there, but let him too far.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On play action, here's Darnold. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. Shaheed in motion. 3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. Got it with Smith and Jigba. They get 18 on that one. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. Get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
A loss of a yard.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll complete it to Barner. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. Now Darnold. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Seahawks first down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on third down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the first down.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
Second down and 3. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 3 to go as we are ready to get back underway. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face first and goal. Here's Walker. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
A gain of 8 brings up second and goal.
Now here's second and goal. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks move out to a 7-3 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Cardinals 3.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. To return is Greg Dortch. Yeah! And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. On the ground, DeMercado. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 31-yard line.
Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it's going to be third down.
8 yards to go.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Intercepted by Tariq Woolen. Big return at the end. He's going to get out of bounds close to midfield.
Defense.
The crowd does not agree with that call. Boos ring out. Doesn't matter. Not going to change it. It's a first down. Caught out wide on the RPO, and he will get into the end zone. Elijah Higgins, touchdown, Arizona. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball first and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cardinals are on top. It's now 10-7.
Seahawks 7.
Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense make their way out to take over once more. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
Well, this is something we don't see every day, Mike. A team playing with a traditional I formation fullback. It's kind of a lost art in today's modern game, but in this case, highly effective. Great job by the fullback clearing out the path for his running back, and they're able to pick up the first down.
Once again, it's Walker. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
24 yards.
Great run after the catch in the open field. A pickup of 24.
1st and 10.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one on target to Cup. That'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Cup in motion. On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
He has to do a better job identifying where the pressure is coming from, Mike, before the ball is snapped. He's got to get this ball out of his hand, to his outlet, to his hot receiver. But then once he senses the pressure, he kind of panics, and it's an easy sack, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This will be from 56 yards away.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. Amari DeMarcado to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. from the shotgun. It's Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Brissett. He'll get this out wide to DeMercado. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
It's going to be third. They need 1. They'll try to sneak it here, and he's going to have the Cardinals first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Operating from the gun is Brissett. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he is on to punt for Arizona. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. That one knocked away. That's incomplete. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. Throwing, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Cardinals offense ready for this next possession. On 1st and 10, here's Brissett. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Here is Brissett. He gets this complete to Michael Wilson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Two minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. We're back to Seattle after this. Here's 3rd and 2. To throw is Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal. But nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Well, Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Throw on 1st down is Darnold. And no chance to turn and go. That one's good for just a couple.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
Second and 7. Here's Darnold. He'll step up and run this. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Darnold now to throw. He's going to look deep. Going to Cup. And he will score. Cooper Cup. Touchdown, Seattle. Now the point after try from Myers. The kick is good. And the Seahawks go up by 7. It is now 17-10.
Cardinals 10.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This returnable, it's DeMercado. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cards offense getting set to get back to work. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Now, Brissett to the outside, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Throw it, Brissett. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Third and short yardage. It's Brissett. Look for and find DeMercado out of the backfield. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath, focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing again, Brissett. Quick throw here is complete. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Keeping it in the air. Here's Brissett. He'll set up the screen to DeMercado. This one will be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield. Cards going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Third, they need 8. Brissett gonna throw again. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? Something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Here's the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Crazy. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
On second down, it's Darnold. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one not quite on target. Got him too much. That one falls incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide-open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receivers say, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit. Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the third and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13.
At their own 13-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive, and that'll go for a gain of about 4. Big Walter Nolan, the rookie out of Ole Miss, there to make the stop.
2nd and 6.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 36-yard line. A big play for Seattle. 33 yards.
The challenge of playing a running back like this is you feel like you have him under control. You're doing a nice job putting a lid on him, and then all of a sudden, he's got a big spark play like this. That's the challenge. These guys are just so talented. You can only keep them down so long. That was a really nice run. So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Darnold to throw on second down. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sacks are drive killers. And again, sacks in my mind are more of a quarterback stat than they are an offensive line stat. You have to have a clock in your head to understand where the weakness of the protection is, where I got to go with the ball if I'm hot, and at the end of the day, just get the ball out of your hand.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Cardinals offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And he's going to be out of bounds up at the 25-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he'll get forward for about a yard. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 9. Brissett gonna throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's gonna be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third down and 3. Try to pick this one up on the ground.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
The Cardinals lining up for a punt as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Good for a Seahawks.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone replay is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner. The quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They run with Walker. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Seattle.
The Seahawks, 1st down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Cody Simon in on the stop.
Tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 6. Tight end, the motion man to the right. To throw is Darnold. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A gain of 18 for number 18. And a 1st down.
So the athleticism of this tight end is pretty well documented, Mike. I mean, he can pick up yards after the catch. It's just such a rare trait for tight ends. So it's the size, it's the speed, it's the matchup problem. I mean, we got a glimpse of all of it right here.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now Darnold. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. front, it's DeMercado. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
2 yards on the
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Well, as they face this possible 3-and-out following that second down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3-and-out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
To return, it's Shaheed. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Well, Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Darnold to throw on 1st down. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete, but as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Throwing on 2nd down, Darnold. He keeps it himself.
And that was really well defended along the back end, Mike. And with nobody open downfield, he's got no choice but to turn into a runner. They end up rallying to the ball, and they limit to a minimal gain.
3rd down, they need 5. Darnold to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
That's just a brutal miss, especially on 3rd down. If he delivers a good ball, Mike, that's a completion, 1st down, and this drive is alive. And I think he just tried to be a little too perfect, and he overshoots his target. He's not there in time to reel it in.
Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. And this is going to work out just fine. Kick goes out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Cardinals offense about ready to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he's going to give him some breathing room past the 15-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down.
Finding yourself down here multiple scores in the 2nd half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
23-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He takes off. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down. They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Operating from the gun is Brissett. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. It's an Arizona first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Really nice throw.
Mike McDonald, not a huge fan of that last call, and he will throw the challenge
Previous
flag.
play is under review.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there, unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass. First and 10. Higgins sent in motion. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
So there's a sense of urgency with these RPOs, especially in the NFL game, because your linemen, they're thinking it's a run, so you can't allow them to get downfield. So that's where this quick decision-making from the quarterback is so critical, and the timing of this one just wasn't quite right and falls incomplete.
To the air again is Brissett. Quick hitting slant there. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here is Brissett. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. Play fake, it's Darnold. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack, but there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Look wide. Get this one complete. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of 2 makes it third down and 10.
Here's Darnold. That's into the hands of the fullback. And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it fourth down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
A fair catch signal and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Cardinals offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Now DeMarcado. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Now, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
On play action, Brissett. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. That is DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Big play coming up. This is third down. To throw is Brissett. Over the middle, it's Harrison. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
And the Cardinals first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
He was taken down by Boye Mafe. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9. At the 29-yard line.
Here's a second and 9 now from the 29. Play action, and here's Brissett. Backs to the right side. Caught by McBride.
A gain of 2 brings up third and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. We're set. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
The Cardinals line up for a punt. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do. Shotgun run now with Walker. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and
8. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Darnold. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
7 brings up 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. It's the court fighting for the marker. He loses the football. And the defense is going to come up with it. Maybe the break they need here in the 4th quarter. It always feels like it's a safe play. Just have the quarterback keep it, get that first down, try to extend it. But here it's not free, and the defense will take over.
Yeah, the priorities of a quarterback sneak, Mike, are A, get the first down, B, protect yourself, but C, protect the ball, and he was not able to do the 3rd part of that act, and he's going to cough it up now and give the ball right back to this defense.
Now Brissett throwing on 1st and 10. This one underneath to DeMercado. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch. And that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game. Don't stress the protection. And while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
He was brought down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, DeMercado. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
So I actually really like the concept of the pass play, and I think if we see a little bit better pass protection, even just a second longer, that's probably a completed pass, but I think the pressure just sped his clock up just enough, Mike, that he wasn't able to get that ball exactly where it needed to be.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9 on the Seahawks' 15-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Throw it. Brissett will set up the screen to DeMarcado. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and
1. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
I really like this play call here, Mike, on 3rd down. Yes, it is the 4th quarter, but you've got plenty of time remaining. So keep running your offense, stay with what's worked, and they keep it on the ground and pick up a 1st down.
And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked, back at the 5.
I don't hate the play call. The best opportunity to throw the ball down this close to the goal line is usually on 1st or 2nd down. Like, the issue here is the quarterback has to know, if my first read is not open, this ball needs to be thrown out the back of the end zone. You cannot take a sack this close to the goal line.
2nd down, goal to go. Now, Brissett. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. A dive, and he's in. Amari DeMarcado. Touchdown, Cardinals. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Safe kick taken at the 5. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. This is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. The open man is Smith and Jigba. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the
2 minutes to
45-yard
play in regulation. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here comes 2nd down. Smith and Jigba, the man in motion. They'll drop to throw. This one not quite on target. Not too much. That one falls incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. He'll try to run for it. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down.
That's good for a Seahawks.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
He'll get this out to the left flat.
Complete to Rashid Shaheed. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. The coverage right there. And it's knocked away. Incomplete.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look, and they were ready, and they took him away.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play. And you just have to wonder what that'll do to the energy levels on both sidelines. I mean, you got a chance to break the tie here late, but he just can't connect.
The Cards offense back onto the field for their next possession. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight ends. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. Here's 2nd down and 3. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
3rd and short yardage. It's Brissett. He finds his man. It's Dortch. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
He'll get that to Wilson.
The Sets pass complete to Michael Wilson. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at
their
it.
own 29-yard line.
To throw on first down is Darnold.
Darnold's pass complete to Cooper Kupp. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. The run up the middle. It's Wilson. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Elijah Arroyo was the intended target, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That one on target to Kupp. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He's got room at the 30, and he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of
A
33.
huge play there in overtime. 33 yards.
So it's man coverage, Mike. You have to keep track of who your responsibility is. And in this case, he just drops him. He's wide open, short throws, turn into long runs, and they're inside the red zone.
He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
Tackle made at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Now here's second and goal. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. One more time with Walker. And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. It's now third and goal.
Third and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And he's got another one. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown Seahawks. Greg, exactly the way you want to handle it when you get the ball to start overtime.
Absolutely, Mike. You want to strike first. You understand the defense is wearing down. It's been a long game. Now you are one stop away from getting out of here with a huge win.
The kick is good. So an ideal start to this overtime. And now it's up to the defense to preserve a 7-point lead. So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to get back to work.
27-yard line.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Boye Mafe. He gets into drop in. It's a loss of 8.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Operating from the gun is Brissett. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
And this is the tricky element of these deep balls, Mike. You want to hit the guy in stride. You want the touchdown. You want the beautiful highlight play. But sometimes you're better off underthrowing a receiver than you are overthrowing them, because as we see time and time again throughout the league, an underthrown deep ball, more times than not, leads to a pass interference call.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. And what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And
it's intercepted. Right on the ceiling. It's picked off by Reek Woolen.
Mike, at this point in the game, you just can't make that mistake. But at the same time, give credit to this defense. They continue to come up big, and no play bigger than that interception. And you can bet, if this game ends now, that guy's going to find himself with a game ball.
So the 12th man, a factor here, as it's a win for the Seahawks. What a finish to this one. The defense comes up with the interception in clutch time to seal it on the final play, and the defense walks off the field with the victory for their team. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks, as we say, so long from Seattle.